The markets crashed down 331 points. My name's Des here at Grok Trade. It's Monday, January 5th, 2015. And the markets sell off violently. Let's take a look here at the markets as a whole. The S&P down 1.83%, the Dow down 1.86%, the Nasdaq down 1.57%, and the Russell's down 1.46%. It's a bloodbath out there. The Dow down 331 big points. What is sobering here, and you guys have to see this and understand it, the banks sell off by 2.26%. Remember, the markets are only as strong as the financials there to support them. So let me say it again. The banks, which is the index on the Nasdaq, roughly 450, 460 banks in this indice, calculated in this one index. If the banks are weak, the markets are weak. If the banks are strong, the markets are strong. Banks can act as and serve as a leading indicator into what we can expect. It shows the validity of today's move. So in this case, the bank's down 2.26% is a huge valid point. The markets are down and it meant business. To add insult to injury, the VIX, which is a fear indicator, it's a fear indicator. If it goes higher, it means there's fear. It went higher by 12%. We're now knocking at the door of 20. Fear is very high right now. This confirmed today's bearish move. Gold up by 1.5%, silver up by 2.6%. And you have Russia buying up a bunch of gold right now. That certainly helped the markets. As far as precious metals are concerned, and you have the crude oil down 5.53%. Gang, crude oil dropped below $50 today. And that's the first time that's happened since the spring of 2009. Just massive, massive sell-offs there. U.S. dollar continues higher. The dollar is very strong, up 0.21%. Transportation index off by 2.7%. Gang, that's huge because the transportation should give support to the Dow. The Dow was only down 1.9%. I say only. It's down 1.9, but the transportation, which should be supporting it, was down 2.7%. Just huge, huge underlying weakness of the markets showing today in the major indices. So very informative start to this video. Let's get into the technicals. You'll notice that we've been talking about this big rising wedge on the S&P daily. Two blue lines eventually come together. That's a rising wedge. These are bearish if you have a MACD divergence. So you'll see that the MACD, we have a lower swing high here, a swing high, a lower swing high. It's going down here. On price action, you have swing high and a higher swing high here. So you got a higher swing high here. Whatever this MACD is doing is what this will want to do next. So my big question as a technician is, with this drop, it's already been down 1, 2, 3, 4 trading sessions here. 5th trading session here, we could find support and a bounce. We could get another bounce and stay between these two blue lines for some time. The thing that I'm watching for, though, is a break of this line. If it breaks this line, then the rising wedge will be confirmed to the downside, and I'm looking for nothing but downside potential there. On a weekly chart, let me show you this. Already today, as of last week, remember we said this rising wedge, look for our breakdown. Boom, we get it right here on the weekly chart, and it's only Monday, and we came down, broke that line. We're finding support at the 20-week moving average. On the month, we're just getting started here, but on the monthly chart in the S&P, look at this, a lower high. We do have a higher low, but look at this. We are threatening a big bearish January. So today, again on the daily, boom to the downside. Nasdaq, Boom to the downside. Now here's the big thing on the NASDAQ right now. Support, we bounce. Support, we bounce. Support, we have a great chance of going bullish tomorrow and bouncing. Be watching technicals going into Tuesday. Very big to watch for that. Russells here, just pulling back. I'm going to do a Fibonacci retracement here to get a look on this. And right now we're at the 50%. So I could definitely see a bounce at the 50% Fibonacci on small caps. So, and then you notice the MACD has dropped, but we're threatening to drop below the zero line, but we're not there yet. So if we do bounce, you'll see this curl up higher. We could get a nice rally here. Wow. So I'd be looking for a bounce sometime very, very soon in the markets, but I think it's going to be short-lived. We'll definitely have to be watching for that. Gold. Did a gap down, run up on Friday, boom, shooting up here, but we have big time resistance. Remember, we're in a symmetrical triangle. Watch for a huge breakout or a breakdown, but as long as it stays between these two blue lines, we're still within consolidation of a triangle. Look at all the moving averages. See how they're spread apart here, and look how they coil together, coiled very tightly. Look for a big, big movement on gold. Same thing with silver. Watch for a big, big movement. Look at all the moving averages coiling together here. Look for a big movement up or down. Unsure what direction it's going to go, but look for that. VIX, let me show you the VIX on the daily chart. Boom, we had this bull pullback, boom, to the upside. That's bearish, bearish, bearish when that goes higher. If you look at a weekly chart here, higher, boom. Look at a monthly chart. We're starting to climb higher, higher, higher. We're at around 20. Man, bad news here. So go back here to technicals. I'm going to look at some stocks. Google was down more than 2%. Let me go to a daily chart. Crash. It's crashing down. Baba was down 2.5%, crashing down. Some big moves on technicals. Apple was off by 2.8%. Do you guys remember me calling this out? I really love it, by the way, when you guys give me credit and kudos for the calls that I make. Remember, I was saying on Apple, you heard it here. This is a bear flag on Apple. If you're in this, be looking to get out on any weakness. I was saying that, and then all of a sudden it cracked, and then boom. And I said there's a good chance this could make it back to $100, and it's well on its way of doing that right now. So from my call, I called it around 115. Now it's down to 106, and I still think there's more opportunity for it to get to $100. Furthermore, while I'm tooting my own horn here, do you guys remember back here on the S&P 500, I said we're at resistance, be looking for a breakdown. Every time it hits this, it hits and hits here, drops, hits here, drops, hits here, drop, hit here, drop. We're there, look for a drop. And then sure enough, it dropped down. So there you have it. You get the very best technical analysis right here at Grok Trade. We got some new things coming. You guys are going to be very excited to hear about some of these new things. And if you are ready to start your trading off the right way, we are fantastic, great, excellent mentors. Listen up.
My name is Eric Gershon. I'm learning from Des and Mark about the trading business, actually. For me, it's really understanding the exact way to do the trend lines. You know, are they shadows? Are they the close of the candle? That was my main question. I really wanted to understand how to make the trend lines the right way. As Des says, you know, he's pulled back the curtain so you can kind of see how the professionals do it, because essentially that's what we are. That's what I want to be. I want to be a professional trader, you know, and I don't want to be an amateur, and I don't want to trade like an amateur. And that is the thing that I'm learning the most here, is how to be professional at this and how to approach it from that point of view. They have far exceeded my expectation. I think, you know, I know Mark for a number of years, and he has been talking to me about doing this for a number of years, and I've watched him trade, and I just want to be, I'll just take a little bit of the way Mark trades, and I'll be a happy camper. Des, I've been watching the videos, and he's everything I thought he was going to be. You know, to the point where I actually talked to him about, you know, managing my retirement account. That's how, and I, you know, I don't know him that long, but he knows what he's doing. He's the real deal. You know, these are the real guys. I've been to other seminars, and most of these guys just want to, you know, talk while they're trading. You learn almost nothing. You don't learn about the markets. You don't learn about trend lines. You don't learn about moving averages and what's the right, where should you put your stop. I mean, you know, here you're covering it from start to finish, and that is what I really like.